Ibiza, Ibiza, you won't see me in neither. Invited to the function, I don't go, I got amnesia. I'd rather be in Vegas at the Caesars. My winter out in Josie, not in Bali, cause it's cheaper. Switch it up. From Africa, home of the diaspora. More than the trip around the globe, we the settler. Travel like LeBron, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, then bought in Japan. See these reps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the multi-pass, homie, I ain't bumping that, Brody. In New York, posted up like some Timberlands.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the... line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson first play going to throw. Pass caught by Fannin. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. First down, here's Mitchell.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Halted in his tracks by Keanu Benton. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Now Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Jackson. That's downfield. He's got Fannin. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run here with Hubbard. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Point after try forthcoming. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Come on, set! 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles!
They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6.
It's now second and 6.
They go again with Blue. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Let's go now. 60 Bobcats. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. He'll swing this out to Blue. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Steelers at 0-11 now in the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels, because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
On first down, it's Blue. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready.
First down, and they go right back to blue. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2nd and 7.
18, run, Viking, 18, go.
To throw is Sanders. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Here we go, start. 70 Lions. Dragon 60.
From the shotgun, Sanders. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Let's go now. Nice. Bronco switch. Unlock Lions. Unlock Lions. Let go.
Here's a give, left side, Blue with it. And just no chance of turning the... corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Second and 10.
Ready. Check. Ready.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
Ready.
They go play action now. Sanders under pressure, and they got to him again. Walter Nolan. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and put their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Another run with Mitchell. And some room to work. Now he's free at the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
The score, Ravens 14, Steelers 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. But a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready? Bronco 80.
Now Scott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Come on. Set. 70 Timberwolves.
They go again with Scott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings... up a 3rd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
18 Cardinal.
To throw now. Here's Sanders. He'll try and do this himself. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember earlier in the year, with the Ravens winning that game. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Here's 2nd and 10.
Finish it up!
Jackson now. He's going to take another shot here. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's going to let it go again. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to add on to that lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
19, 70 Timberwolves, 19 Lions.
Now Sanders. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Scott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
First down. 1st and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Here's Sanders. They shakes it off. An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Come on, set. 70 Lions. Ready.
Throwing, Sanders. Taking a shot for Dell here. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Now he'll tuck this and run. And Sanders has it pumped free. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Here's Jackson. That one taken in by Neighbors. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
To throw is Jackson. Pass caught, right side, Fannin. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
In motion, the tight end. Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
Hey, middle.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Go! Cougar 19!
Sanders to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 79 Broncos. Let's go.
Sanders. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Cowboy 80. 19 Lions.
Back to throw. Sanders. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Sanders. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. And it's going to be batted down. We'll go the other way with the football. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
It's hot. It's hot. It's hot.
Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Loose inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go play action now. Jackson. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They'll run with Mitchell. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Jackson. They'll take it into the end zone for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers from 6 yards away. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Play
action. It's Sanders. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Ready. Bronco 80. Let's go.
They'll run with Scott. Oh, some strong running. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Let's go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Algier gets the toss right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Stephanie. Cougar 19.
Algier now up the middle. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Tyler Algier, 29 yards. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now.
Makes the score. Ravens 28, Steelers 10.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to
try the onside kick. Can't fault him for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First down, Ravens.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. Fights him off.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. You noted they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Jackson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Steelers 10.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Able to slither by.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4.
Hey, check that, check that. Ready? 70, Timberwolf. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
To throw is Sanders.
He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
5-yard line.
Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Back to throw. Sanders.
He'll get this out wide to Scott.
Only a yard of the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Dragon 60. 19 Lion. 19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
2nd and 5. And in for the Steelers touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Steelers get a bit closer. It seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's 2nd and 7. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards. 1st down.
Throwing is Jackson. And this will be caught. Will forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship there as they throw for a late touchdown. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.